Hey guys, this is Maria Guild here, and I just wanted to share something really quick. I'm heading to the gym, and I don't look super awesome, but I wanted to share something I've been thinking about, and I was inspired to share it. And I'm learning there's this new thing called the 24-hour rule, and basically I'm implementing that. And it's if I'm inspired or I feel like sharing something, if you don't do it within the first 24 hours, usually you never get to it and you never get it done. So here goes. I'm sharing. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about was something I'm learning. My daughter's birthday is coming up. She's turning 8, and with that, every year has always come a ton of stress for me in the fact that she's a super social butterfly. She loves inviting tons of friends over. That's always her big thing. And it's always been difficult for me because I don't feel like I have a nice house, and her friends, they all live in this really fancy community. And I think a lot of us are trapped sometimes in that comparing game where we feel like, oh, things have to be perfect, and it's a lot of stress on us as moms. So recently I was just really, it was the same thing. I was stressing out like a month or two before the party. She'll be like, can I have friends over there? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I'll have time to like paint and redo the faucets and fix all the lamps and maybe do new countertops or whatever. And then obviously a week before, when it comes down to it, of course, I haven't done any of those fix-its. And, we live in a old fixer house, and there's just never enough time and money to get everything done. And I would really let that hinder me. Like, I would let that become such a big issue that I'd just be like, no, like, look, we can't have all these people over that I don't know. And I try and bribe her with something else. Anyways, I feel like now, like, part of my life is just living with more joy in my life and living more intentionally. And I feel like part of living with joy and, living intentionally is really understanding, the value in those moments and not being so caught up in everything else. And for me, I feel like, it's her birthday. She's turning another age. It's a big milestone, and focusing more on that and more on, just the joy that we can have and her friends coming over, and, that living life more focused on those things that really are of value, the valuable things in life, instead of so much focusing on, if my house is magazine worthy or if I'm throwing a Pinterest party. And I know I was just reading a book recently from Joanna Gaines. She's her and her husband do the show Fixer Upper. And it was a beautiful book, and she shares that too, how like, birthday parties would always be this big stress, and you end up at the end like feeling upset and angry that it was so much work and you spent so much money to try and impress people, and you kind of lost a lot of the happiness or the value of just the moment and the celebration. So this year I'm really trying to focus on that. I've just like totally let it go. I mean, I'm going to clean my house. I, spent my budget on whatever little activity she's doing, or, she wants to do an ice cream social or something like that. But aside from that, I'm really trying to let go of all the rest, let go of the fact that my house isn't perfect, and not even sit there and apologize to people constantly and be like, oh, my house, just totally let it go. Just live in the moment of the joy, of the celebration of all the great things that we have in our lives together as a family, the kids, the friends, the neighbors, all that kind of stuff, and really focus on that and completely let go of all the rest, all the the comparing and the judging and they might judge my house, I don't know, but I feel like I'm getting into the mindset of it's okay. Like, I'm not going to care about that. That's not going to be a high priority for me. I'm not going to place value on that. I'm really going to place value on just making it the best that I can. Like, we all have different circumstances. We all have different living environments. And I think living joyously and living abundantly is really just taking what we have and making the best out of it, and being thankful and happy for it. So that's just what I wanted to share. I know other moms probably go through the same stress that I'm going through, where you want to do everything perfect. You want to have the perfect house. You want to impress people. But I think it's really important that we really remember what's really the most important part of our lives, and how we want to live our lives. Like, do I want to live my life constantly in fear of what other people are going to think of me? Do I want to live my life where my kids never can have parties because I don't have a perfect house? No, I really thought about that, and I was like, that's not what I want for myself, for my kids. I want us to be to be the happy, joyous, messy family that can have people over, that, it's just love in the house. It's not everything has to be perfect. Like, I don't want the memory to be of me like screaming at my kids and stressing out. There's this thing going around on Facebook, and there's like this guy acting his mom out, and she's like flipping out, and she's like, we have no time, throw everything away. And it's so funny. Like, people love it, and I think a lot of people relate to that, because a lot of us have that anxiety when people are coming over, like, oh, my house isn't perfect, my life isn't perfect. So that's just something I'm learning, just to take what we have in our lives and be super grateful for it, and just, decide that, well, I want my life to be amazing, whether I'm in a fancy house or not. So that's it. Have a great day. Bye.